Hello, Simon Townsend's Wonderworld, episode number 351/1 on XD0216, recorded 12th of August 86, transmission date 25th of August 86 in Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane and Adelaide.
Hello and welcome to my Wonder World. Today's first story is a very special one. It's all about a place called Ronald McDonald House. Now, being told a child has leukemia or some other serious illness is bad enough, but then the families of these children must undergo untold difficulties in travelling sometimes hundreds of kilometres each week to hospitals for treatment, and then having to pay out hundreds of dollars for hotel bills just to be near the child. Well, McDonald's, the chain of family restaurants, is doing its best to take away some of the pain for these families. Brett Clements reports.
It might have been set up by an organisation which in a sense is probably dedicated to all the good times in life, but Ronald McDonald House helps people make it through all the bad times. The house is designed to help parents who have children in hospital suffering from cancer, leukemia and other serious diseases and illnesses. Catherine is 7 and will spend the next 2 years undergoing chemotherapy treatment for cancer. Danny is 2.5 and is suffering from the blood disease leukemia. He also will spend the next 2 years on chemotherapy. Leon Towns was told he had leukemia on his 13th birthday. How did you feel when they told you had leukemia?
Well, first thing I thought I was dying, but then my doctor, Luch Della Possa, told me that we're going to come through this like a breeze, and he's giving me really confidence. And he said, don't let one negative thought get into your head, because there's no time for negative thoughts.
How do you feel? I mean, physically when you get leukemia?
Well, most people, sometimes you feel a bit tired, that's only if you don't eat.
Very simply, it's a home away from home with accommodation for 11 families and a fairly well-stocked playground. Not to forget Timmy, the resident golden retriever. What's it like knowing Mum's only 1 kilometre up the road as opposed to 250 kilometres away?
It's a lot better than having her so far away. If anything goes wrong, she can be here pretty quickly.
The house was originally a Victorian mansion which was restored at a cost of more than $500,000, and since it opened in 1981, more than 500 families have benefited. The idea itself came from the United States, and there are now more than 100 houses like this throughout the world. What sort of problems would you have experienced had it not been for this place?
I think probably the greatest problem we would have had after we were initially diagnosed was getting the whole thing in proportion. Here we were able to share our experience with other parents who'd been through the same thing. As it was, we could see how the treatment worked, to see that children did get better, and to see that there was hope.
What do you think of the place?
Good.
What's good about it?
There's a playground, we've got friends, and Mum could stay.
How would you have been financially had it not been for this place?
I wouldn't have been able to cope. I've got 4 kids. I'm not working. I've had to take time off work. So I would have been...
You would have been wiped out?
I would have been, yeah.
And how's Danny taking it?
Well, he's taking it real good now.
What are the lines on his face for?
That's so they can line him up with the machines they treat him with. And they're not to go past those lines.
Otherwise they could damage his eyesight.
Damage his eyesight, yeah.
Have you ever thought about dying?
Dying? I got $600 invested in the bank. Why should I think about dying? No negative thoughts here, mate.
God only made so many perfect heads who Esther gave hair to.
Fantastic kids and a really great institution. Since we filmed that story, we've been told that Neil Baker, the boy you saw lying in the bed, has died, and all of us at Wonderworld would like to express our sympathies to the family of a very courageous boy. Today's record breaker is Karen Perrott, and she says, Simon, I collect ornaments and I've collected 114 so far. Here's a photo of me with some of my collection, as they wouldn't all fit on the table. Very well done, Karen. And for you, the Guinness Book of Records, I'll be posting it to you. And have a look at this. This is a belly dancer called Sabra Star, and she holds the world duration record for belly dancing for 100 hours. Good on her. And now it's time for a music clip. And this one is called Feel It Again, and it's by the group Honeymoon Suite. It's visually superb, with scenes and objects flying into place and out of place. And sit back and hang on to your hats and watch this.
If you would just be sensible, you'd find me indispensable. I played the damn destiny. That place is you with me. Whoa, 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 whoa. Wanting you here in the sheets, wandering around incomplete, waiting so long to feel it again. I thought that this heart would never mend. To feel it again, I know it is the living end. To feel it again, I thought that this heart would never mend. To feel it again, I know it is the living end. Under this glance, a scribbled note. Two handsome men in overcoat. Deception right in front of me. Or jealous fantasy. Whoa, 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 whoa. Something that sets you apart. Tightens your grip on my heart. Don't ever let it go till I feel it again. I thought that this heart
fun. There are many buildings in and around cities which, even though they may not look much, they do have a certain historical value. Now, one Australian library is very concerned that these buildings may be torn down and no trace left of what they looked like. So they've organised a program where volunteers use their cameras to preserve this heritage on film. And I was concerned about this project, and I asked Wednesday Kennedy to investigate.
The memory live again.
Australia is still a fairly young country, only 200 years old, and already buildings that are a part of Australia's history are being torn down. A very few buildings are being allowed to stand, and these are the handsome and stately buildings. However ugly and unattractive these old buildings are, they still have a story to tell about our background and our heritage. And in the future, young people are going to want to know where people lived and worked. To keep some record of our less beautiful buildings, the State Library of New South Wales is asking people all around Australia to photograph old buildings in their area so they can compile an album that future generations can refer to. And yes, they want even the ugly buildings.
No matter what the future brings, as time goes by.
Why is it so important to preserve our ugly old buildings?
Wednesday, I think conventionally people think that only beautiful buildings should be preserved, beautiful and important buildings, but the ugly buildings tell us a story of the years in between. They make up the whole jigsaw of the pattern of living.
So what sort of stories do these buildings have to tell us?
They tell us what they were made out of. They tell us, in the case of flats, how people lived and what they felt was a reasonable place to have their existence. They tell us how people sold things from the shops.
So let's have a look at a few of these old buildings and compare them to what they were like yesterday. These are flats that were built in the 1930s. They were built in the style of Art Deco, which was very popular around that time, and they still have residents living there now. Very little about this building has changed, except for the fact that now it has bars on the windows. This is the Hampton Court Hotel, and it's around 100 years old. The photo tells us what it originally looked like. Today it has changed slightly, the brickwork has been painted cream, and a wooden courtyard has been erected, where there was originally an architectural ornament. Well, King's Cross in Sydney may have changed in some ways, but the fire station that has been there for years hasn't changed a bit. Compare the photo to the real thing. Now here's some examples of some less beautiful buildings which tell stories of how time used to be. Now this is a foundry, which is an old blacksmith shop. Now who would have thought of taking a picture of an ugly old foundry? But if somebody hadn't have, then we wouldn't know now what a foundry looked like in 1949. This one here is a power station built in 1933. Horrible, isn't it? And here is a hotel built in 1939. This last one here is a factory which is in the Art Deco style, built in the 30s. So no matter where you live in Australia, take a look around at your local shops and businesses and take a picture of them, no matter how ugly they are, and send them in to the State Library of New South Wales. Make sure they're black and white and they're 8 by 6 inches, and help preserve our past.
It's a great idea, isn't it? I'll be back in just a moment with an inside look at the life of a TV extra. Lightning is caused by electrical sparks in clouds. Zebras are usually white with black stripes. To the black with white stripes. Choosing the life of an actor or actress is always a risky move. Work can never be guaranteed full time, and there's always lots of talented people trying for every part that comes up. Now, extra work is often a lifesaver for these out-of-work actors, And extras are the people that you see in the background of every movie and television drama series. Now here's Hugh Munro with a little extra on extras.
And action!
An extra is a person who's part of a crowd scene in a film. They help to create the mood and the atmosphere.
All right, that's enough.
Extras' clothes are supplied so that they can help create the mood for the place in time that the production is being filmed for. In this case, it's the 19th century in olden day Australia.
There's no business like show business, like no business I know.
An extras day starts really early in the morning, and first it's off to costume. This is a high-budget film. That means they've got a lot of money to spend on the costumes, and they're all specially made for each of the 150 extras. Next, it's into makeup so that your face and hands will look just right for the period. A 19th century person has more hair around their face. Well, that's if they're a man. And the women don't wear colourful makeup of today, so they have to be completely redone.
Everything about it is appealing. Everything the traffic will allow.
A canteen is present on every location, and the best caterers are always used because a good morale is very important when a great moment is about to be produced on film. Why did you become an extra?
To get into show business and learn about acting. Well, like everybody else, I'm hoping to become a famous actor.
Because I felt that it would be very exciting and very glamorous.
Extras can sit around for hours waiting for the director to call, and when he does, it's straight to work.
Nowhere could you get that happy feeling when you are stealing that extra power.
It's a great way to waste a day.
I became an extra so I could see myself on television. And if we freeze frame it, you'll catch me for a second.
As a director, can you tell us what makes a good extra?
Well, a good extra is very different from, say, a principal actor or a supporting actor. Their job is to be individuals, that is, the actors. But an extra, his job is really to be part of a crowd, part of a group.
Why did you become an extra?
I'm not an extra, I'm a stuntman.
To meet the stars because I'm an autograph hound.
How do people become extras?
The first thing an extra needs is an agent. I'm an agent. I like people to come along to me equipped with photographs. I'd say about 3 dozen photographs. We take the best of the photographs and we transfer them onto a composite card which are distributed to the various production houses and clients. That's how an extra gets work.
And this card has all the extras' details on it. Extras are paid between $50 and $80 a day, and they're protected by a union called Actors Equity of Australia. However, when a film crew is in a country town, if there are no actors available, they're allowed to use the local townspeople. Hamming it up around the set to pass the time is a common sight that you can see.
There's a good job, and you could become famous. Today's news hound, it's young James McCullough, and he reports to me, Simon, I may not be quite 2 yet, but already I love to play tennis, and when I grow up, I want to be as good as John McEnroe. Good on you, James. I've got some really wonderful prizes for you for being today's news hound. First up, from Matchbox, the official Advanced Dungeons Bronze Dragon, and it comes complete with its own good Strongheart Knight up here, and he can ride this dragon on the special saddle that you can see there. I think you'll have hours of fun playing with that, young James. And we didn't blow it up, but this is what it looks like. Inside here is a cuddly koala inflatable chair, and you could get your mum or maybe your poor old dad to blow it up, and then you'll have your own special chair to sit and watch Wonderworld in. And how about this? This is from Weirdo's Magic Shop. It's your very own Mickey Mouse, and you can hang it on the wall in your bedroom. Good on you, James. I'll be back after this short commercial break to show you some furniture which you would never have dreamed existed.
Simon loves to reply to your letters, but remember you must also send a second envelope. And this second envelope must have your name and your address on it. And it must have another stamp on it too, if you want your photo returned by Simon.
Hey, who's this famous mime artist? Marcel Marceau, of course. Very clever man. Furniture, we use it every day and I guess we take it for granted. There are some people, however, who see furniture as another kind of art form, like sculpture or paintings, and they design furniture that looks like something from another planet. But can you use it around the house? Here's Carolyn and me to tell you more.
I hereby sentence you to the electric chair.
This is one electric chair you don't have to worry about being sentenced to because it's not really an electric chair. It's just one of several weird and wonderful pieces of furniture that you wouldn't find in your average family home. Pieces of furniture aren't made out of conventional materials. For example, this one is made out of metallized wood, which is simply wood covered with a metallic coating. And this one's made of aluminium plates riveted together. It's what every knight wants, a lounge in shining armour.
Oh, baby, you got me in the shade I'm in. Oh, baby, you got me in the shade I'm in.
All these weird and wonderful creations are the work of Mark Newson, who describes himself as a cross between a sculptor and a furniture designer. Mark, why do you describe yourself that way?
Well, some of my work is like furniture and some of it's like sculpture. This, for example, is more like a piece of furniture because it's comfortable.
Yeah.
Whereas the aluminium lounge is more like a piece of sculpture because it's cold and hard and people tend to slide off it.
You're joking.
I go up and down. As you change your mind, I go up and down.
Moving right along from the weird and wonderful to the equally weird and wonderful but outrageously expensive, we come to pieces of furniture that can cost anywhere between $800 and $25,000. That's a lot of bickies.
Oh, baby, you got me in the shade I'm in. Oh, baby, you got me in the shade I'm in. Oh, baby, you got me in the shade I'm in.
Furniture is no longer just furniture. It's now a form of art, which makes it even more exciting. Tell me, why would anyone pay so much for a single piece of furniture?
Because it's art. It's like a painting, but it's a piece of furniture at the same time that you can use in your home and enjoy.
And it looks great too.
Yes, it does.
Can I help you, madam?
Yes, I'd like to buy a bookshelf, thank you.
How about this one here? It's $25,000.
Wonderful, I'll take it. Charge it to Simon, will you?
Okay.
No way. I'm not going to pay for it. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the show as much as I did, as much as Winston did. Didn't you? Yes. Until next time, just remember, please, the world really is wonderful. Bye-bye.
Take a look behind and see what we can find. Last year has gone for everyone, past with time. What happened to us then can happen once again. And what's it now to me? History. Years may come, years may come, years may go, quickly go. Some go fast, very fast. Some go slow, oh so slow. Some
What goes 99 clunk, 99 clunk, 99 clunk?
What goes 99 clunk, 99 clunk, 99 clunk?
A centipede with a broken leg.